We're live. Hey, everybody. Nick Ponte here. This is your Aloha Friday Marketing Jam session. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm going to cue the intro right away and get right into it. Just going to be me. I have a special guest. Tom is not here, so just us, but I think you're going to like what is in store for you today. So let's get right into it.
It's now time, the moment you've been waiting for. Get ready for the fastest 60 minutes of marketing strategies and tactics to build your remote empire from anywhere in the world. After 167 agonizing hours, they've finally returned. From the sun-soaked Sin City and the sandy shores of Maui, Hawaii, now back for a brand new Aloha Marketing Jam session. It's your hosts, the Offline Sharks and Remote Millionaires, Tom Gaddis and Nick Ponte.
Technical difficulties, everybody. Bear with me 1 second here. All right, I'm back. Man, that was so strange. I don't know what was going on there. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Okay, awesome stuff. Here we go. How's everybody doing today? I see Norm. I see Richard. Dorn. Lots of people. Okay, cool. Well, I'm getting a little bit of an echo right now. Can you guys hear that? Enrique says loud and clear. Appreciate that. Richard Cronin is here as well. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. Awesome. Should be good to go now. So we have an awesome Aloha Friday Marketing Jam session set up for you today. I actually have a special guest, and I'm going to bring him out in a little bit. And who saw my post probably about a week ago where I said that we would be presenting everybody in this community with a massive give? Did everybody see that post? It was one of the most engaged posts that I saw in our group. And it really excited me to see that because, we've been working hard behind the scenes. One of the things that we wanted to do over this holiday season is really help empower everybody in this community and support them to get their next client or even their first client. Who here has yet to get a client? Type me in the chat. I know a lot of you have already gotten clients. I know Elaine, Bill, Richard, Dorn, of course, lots of people. So those of you that have yet to get a client or you're struggling to get your next client, really this season, that's what this is all going to be about. It's really going to be about helping all of you to do that. And so what Tom and I wanted to do was bring on one of our remote millionaire members to talk about what he has been doing. He's been having some awesome success. He's been having some great traction. And when he came to us and he started, he was a lot like all of you here. He just had an initial client. Actually, you know what? We'll find out. I'm not sure if he even had his first client yet. He might have, but now he's in an entirely different place. And what it really came down to is really just being consistent, following the path. And, I want him to be here to help answer some questions for all of you. Obviously, we're going to give away some Cash App money towards the end of the stream. And then I am going to share with all of you how you can be eligible to win up to $10,000 in prizes. That's right. $10,000 in prizes is going to be up for grabs to motivate all of you to get your next client. So stick with me here. That's what this Aloha Friday Marketing Jam session is all about. So the gentleman that I'm going to bring out is Mr. Dan Lesser. Some of you know him from our community. Some of you have seen some of the traction he's been getting. He's been sharing his wins, his celebrations in our group. And so I am going to bring him out now. How are you, Dan?
Hey, Nick. Doing well. Thank you.
Good to see you
here.
How
you doing? Thanks for inviting me. It's been good to be here.
So you're feeling a little sick today, a little under the weather, you said?
Yeah, maybe you can tell. I'll try not to have too many coughs going on, but
no,
a little bit.
It's okay. We're casual here. We like to just keep it casual, and everybody here that's with us is like, they're all just good people, right? So don't worry about it. And I see a lot of comments in the chat, people saying Dan the man, welcoming you to the stream, which is great. So let's do this. Let's start a little bit about kind of your story, your journey, because I think it'll resonate with a lot of people. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some of the struggles you've had, some of the ways you've overcome those things, and then we'll get into like our shout outs and congratulations. Because man, did you know that our community this week, we have just about $1.5 million in collected revenue by everybody in this community. Did you see that? That's crazy. Not for the week, for the year, but just this week we hit that number. Pretty insane. So we're going to be celebrating that. Look at Cameron. Cameron says, Dan the man. So how long we've been working together now?
It would be August last year when Remote Millionaires got started. Yeah, August.
And so where were you at when you first joined RM?
So I was during lockdown, and I was an online English teacher, and that was really a good moment to do it because there was a lot of companies that were liable to work on furlough, and there was a lot of work. Yeah, so I was doing that until back in 2021 when last year. So that started to reduce the hours, and I needed to look for new ways to make an income. So I looked at various different marketing. I've been doing marketing for quite a number of years. Different jobs, even in agencies and in-house and stuff. So I had some SEO experience in the past. So I thought, okay, this is a good moment. And I saw an email about getting a client in a weekend, and with Paul James.
Mm-hmm.
And so that strategy made sense to me. I learned about what I'm doing today is the same strategy. So it's, it got, without really knowing, having really been organized, I had a strategy there and then to be able to find like good opportunities to reach out to businesses that don't have websites. And I picked up a few clients in that summer, last year, and I found out that there was this extra support. There was remote millionaires, because I bought into Offline Sharks and the path to six figures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was following that, and I was picking up clients through the strategy I guess we'll talk about today.
Nice.
And that was just doing my own kind of email outreach and cold calling businesses, and that worked. It worked. So I thought, and I found out about remote millionaires, and I thought, okay, this strategy I'm doing is great. It's fantastic. What else can I? I really want to have an agency, and I've kind of dabbled in the past, and I've done a little bit of freelance work before, but never really tried the agency route myself.
Can I ask you a little bit about that?
Yeah.
About like the past experience, because so you said you were an online English teacher before.
Yeah.
And then so you mentioned you got some marketing experience. So where did you get that experience? Did you?
Oh, okay.
Is that just for yourself? Were you kind of dabbling? And I just want, the reason I'm asking that is because I want, there are a lot of people here in this community that are new. There are a lot that are experts, but I want to make sure that I don't skip over that, because for the ones that are new, a lot of people think that they have to maybe have had some real solid experience before they just dive in and start taking action. And I know you mentioned that you had some experience. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I had some experience. Yeah, I've done various jobs in the past. I've been a financial advisor, and we wanted a website being built, and that's how I got into the world of getting a website designed. I was involved in meetings, and those days it was looking at prices of like 20,000 for a website.
This is back in the day. Then this is like
just 20 years ago.
Okay.
Boom and all that. Yeah, that was .com boom time. And,
gotcha.
Yeah, so I was involved with those meetings and the many meetings, and to get this site built for the firm I was working at, from a friend of mine. So I thought that kind of interested me. I thought, wow, there's a lot of money in this, So and then I moved to Spain and went to Barcelona, and I started doing some of my own sites, and like doing AdSense sites, and just throwing up optimized websites, and getting a ton of traffic from MSN and Yahoo in those days. Google hardly anything. So then I went into, after that, I lost that business, because it wasn't really a business, basically. It was just like getting clicks. Your whole thing was trying to get AdSense clicks and make money from that. So that, and
everything, when you jumped back in, everything must and when you jumped back in, everything must have been entirely different, right? Like that whole experience that you had and skill set that you developed, how much of that do you use today?
Yeah, I very much. I mean, it's very much about what I've learned in RM is about how to build a business, and I didn't really have a clue, and that's why I lost that entire thing, that whole model I was doing, because it didn't have any legs. And then I got a job as SEO. So I did get a job as an SEO manager I was in Spain, Barcelona, for nearly 3 years, and then I went to freelance because I'm not a 9-to-5 guy being in an office. I just can't hack it. I just can't. It doesn't agree with me. So then I went freelance and started working from home. I got the whole remote experience then. And then came back to the UK because of the economic crash over there, and then came back to England, and various, not all, I had some like agency work as a SEO. So I do have quite a fair bit of background in SEO, but not really for a while, really, to be honest. And then I did some like lead gen stuff and got into teaching English while doing lead gen and doing a bit of freelance work. But yeah, it's really now I found that going up to like doing the teaching, I thought I would never do it again. I thought that'd be it, because I'm just so I've been quite a few years out of it, and I thought I can't hack this SEO thing. It's like, no, I just and yeah, so I'm doing websites. I was a pain in the ass doing websites, and I've done a little bit of that in the past, and I didn't really want to do that. So it's like,
but you sell now you sell a lot of websites, right? So I mean, are you building any of those websites?
I'm not building any of the web. Well, now, no, that's not true. I did build one quite recently myself, because I wanted to see how quick I could do it. For one client, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's important to know how to do it. So yeah, I did do one quite recently, but I don't plan to do any more.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So that was just more of a test then, just to see how long it would take.
Yeah.
And so where are you at right now in terms of like, I don't know, your clients or revenue that you'd be willing to share with us?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so in October I was at £3,500, £3,500, and then last month 3,000. So it's
nice.
going up quite a bit, because I've been averaging around about the 2 mark for a while, more or less. But that's been a bit of a jump the last 2 months.
Nice. So around £3,000 a month, and that's on residual that you have right now.
It's some websites and the residual's about half that. Yeah.
Okay, so about $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's pretty solid. I remember like even $300 a month extra in the beginning was like a total game changer for at least for me. So the fact that you're at 15,000 or 1,500 pounds per month on retainer, and then you're prospecting, you're getting clients each month, so that gives you more of a cushion, and you're building into that. Is that right?
That's right.
Nice. Awesome. Congrats, man. And I saw that I'm trying to look for you posted a celebration recently. Yeah. Can you talk about that a little bit? You got a recent win?
Yeah, oh right, okay. So that'd be a home services jackpot.
Yes.
Right, okay. So that's a roofer. Okay. Yeah, so yeah.
So you got a roofer client. How much did you sell the website for?
Okay. 150.
150.
Then I sold. He did the hosting, so I did the hosting for him. I said £10 a month, or for the year, so £100 a year, and then the maintenance on top of that, and then the email for the year as well, 50, and the domain, so 410. Yeah, turned out to be. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
So that one. Yeah.
So you found that roofer. How did you find him?
So good question. This is going back to, it's quite an old lead, right? So yeah, going back to, first time I contacted him was in February.
Wow.
And so yeah. So I've been at it quite a lot. And
so almost like a year ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's it. So you don't know, do it? You don't know when it's going to come through. And
follow up is important. Did you follow back up with him, or did he reach out to you?
I followed up with him. Yeah, I followed up with him quite consistently, and I just using the Go High Level. I just used the task feature to when to do the next follow up, and just kept doing it basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, and I used a bit of texting with him, which we talk about texting, but used a little bit of texting with him, and then he just went for a deal basically. Well, I'll do it for that price. I said, okay.
So I wanna clue everybody in. Some members have our strategy, home services jackpot, and so the premise of that strategy that Dan is following, and Dan, if you could say, how many clients have you gotten from that? Just in general, is it more than 20 or more than 10?
More than 10.
More than 10. Okay. More than 10, less than 20 clients from Home Service Jackpot. Okay. So for those of you that don't know what it is, this is a strategy that we use in our agency to create these lower ticket websites. Dan said he just sold this one for around $150 per year. Is that right? So he's paying you $150 per year, like with the hosting and everything.
So it would be 260 a year.
260 per year.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Which I mean, per like next year, right around this time, you're going to get an extra $260, which is going to be awesome. And that client is probably always going to need that website, which is why I love that. I love that model. I love what you're doing there. Norm says that he sold 24 of those Home Services Jackpot sites, and we know Norm is crushing it. Andy says Home Service Jackpot doesn't have to be low ticket. These are great sites. Absolutely correct. I mean, what's the most expensive one that you sold?
Most expensive HSJ. Would be 500. Yeah.
500. Nice.
Well, actually 650 with extra. I did a little bit extra, so 650. Yeah, with 3 extra pages.
Nice. Okay. And so, and I know that a lot of people have sold them for 3,000. I've sold them for 5,000 even. It really comes down to the value that you can bring. How bad does that prospect actually need that website, and how much value will it do for them? Andy says he sold one for $1,750, which is nice. Somebody says that they sold the e-commerce website for $14,000, which is a huge win. So that's not using the method that we're using, but that is, I mean, you sold a huge website, which is awesome. And so the whole premise of this, everybody, is like we go out there and we're just doing basic stuff. We want to get a client. We're going to Google. We're finding people that don't have a website, and then we're offering to give them a website at a crazy low price. We're liquidating this website because we already have it built, basically. And so we're trying to do that so we can get our foot in the door. We're just trying to get some sort of a payment, and that isn't the end goal, right? We're trying to just get our foot in the door. What we really want to do is try to get them on a higher, more expensive monthly marketing retainer. But we use this, the foot in the door, to establish trust, right? It's much more difficult to lead with a $14,000 e-commerce website to somebody who doesn't know you. Dan, have you tried to sell more expensive websites right out of the gate, or more expensive services? Have you tried to sell anything that was just like higher priced without establishing a relationship? No? That's because you came to us like right away. Yeah. Well, has anybody else here tried to follow the prospecting model that you hear online and see online a lot of the time, which is like, you should sell $5,000 SEO retainers. And that's great. Like, I would love to sell $5,000 SEO retainers, and we do in our agency. But the thing is we don't start out there, especially right now. Things are a little different, right? We have to be a little more creative to build trust with people. And starting out at the $5,000 mark usually is a little more difficult, especially if you're newer, you don't have a portfolio, you don't have a bunch of reviews in your Google business profile. But what you do have is you already have this website that's built, and you can send them a link to look at it. And if they want, because they don't have a website, you can give it to them for a very low cost. And so that's pretty much the strategy, right, Dan? Did I leave anything out there? That's pretty much it. And so have you, can you share a little bit about a time where you have successfully moved somebody up from, maybe you found them, you sold them the website, and then now they're paying you for other stuff? Do you have an experience like that you can share with other people?
Yeah, it's generally I've always sold it at the same time. I can't think of one that's been later.
Well, you can use one of those examples as well. But you sold them at the same time, but you used the actual website and the problem that they didn't have one, or they didn't have a nice one, as your way to actually start the conversation.
That's true. Yeah. Thinking of a recent win where I saw, so there was a plumber, and that was that HSJ 650 one, and yeah, for sure. I mean, he was we were talking actually. Well, okay, we're initially actually talking about. If I remember right, no. Yeah, so he wanted to. Yeah, he was very keen on getting his website updated, and then when we started talking about the fact that he's never done marketing, he hasn't had to do marketing before, or not pay anybody to do it. He was doing his own Google Ads, but he didn't feel the need to until now because of he's just worried about the state of the economy going, and a lot of businesses now, it's a great opportunity for us to upsell with not just a new website but the marketing, because they just feel they have to do it now, but they didn't before. There's a lot of nerves around there now about where the business is going to be coming from, so and if you can agitate that, then there's lots of sales to be had.
Yeah. So this is a plumber. You sold him a $600 website?
Yeah, 650, and then did SEO. He wanted to get the SEO going straight away. He didn't want to wait. Yeah, so that.
And what kind of retainer was that?
You want to wait? So no, I want to go. So that was 500. Yeah, 500 a month to SEO, and I threw in some management for Google Ads as well for 3 months to sweeten it.
Nice.
But so there'll be Google Ads management on top of that as well. After 3 months, after next month, basically. Yeah.
Nice. So you're going to start doing Google Ad management for him as well? I love it.
No, I am.
You already are.
Yeah, that's included. But I gave him 3 months.
Nice.
3 months of SEO, because he said let's try it for 3 months, and already getting results, so it's all good. Yeah.
Very cool. That's a great win, by the way. You sold him a $600 website, and he immediately. So you use that as a way to reach out to him. So can you talk about that a little bit? How did you find him, and what did you say to him to get his attention?
Okay. So he would have. So he's local, and it would have been to my AGM. Yeah, it's to my AGM site. Agency growth machine site, and I would have reached out to give him a free listing, and confirmed his details and that whole strategy. And I think that it's difficult to remember now. I was trying to think about the conversation with him, but I think it was definitely started like that, and then because of that whole strategy, then you get to confirm the listing, and then you find out if they need any help with marketing. So I've just followed up many times, and and then HSJ site was perfect for him, really. The plumbing site was perfect for him, what he wanted, and that's one I did myself. And it was such a great experience doing that whole thing, because it was very easy client to work with. Compared to some of the other projects I've worked on with websites, this is night and day. That was such a straightforward one to complete. It was so great. It wasn't just the case of just giving him the site and then that's it, getting the money. It wasn't. But I had to do there was a few extras I had to do, a bit of modifications, and so but it was a good experience. So it was worth the extra time to get the extra money.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got some good experience myself in building it, and it's nice. It's a good client.
Very cool. I really like how you. I really like how you did. You followed a few of our methods, right? Like whether it's the directory site or you're using Home Services Jackpot. Like you start with the lower price. You use that to have the conversation to build some trust. And then, selling the other stuff becomes a lot easier. And so that's something that I'm trying to like really hit home for everybody here, because I can't stress that enough. We, in my agency, we're able to sell high ticket websites, The way that we usually do that, though, is because we have a portfolio. A lot of people don't have a portfolio. You can have a portfolio of past projects if you just set up a couple example websites for yourself, like maybe using the home services jackpot theme, or a lot of our members, they use the demo sites that we've set up. But if you don't have that type of portfolio, you have to do something creative to get your foot in the door and have those conversations. So let's see. So you reach out to him. What are you doing daily, or what is your current prospecting method? Like, what does it look like? Because before, when we were in the green room waiting for the stream to start, you mentioned like you're getting some good traction right now. You're getting some good activity. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I posted in the group on the Slack channel about accountability, that I'm doing text messaging, and that that other people in the group are doing that and getting success.
What do you mean by text messaging? You're sending out text messages?
Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm sending. Excuse me. So I'm sending out text messages, and and basically I've sent out around about 200 this week, even though I've been pretty sick, right? And I'm just going through. Just only you asked me about this. I'm just going through my responses, and I've still got, out of all that, I've got 10 in play still. I can't say I've had sales from that, but it's obviously the first week of doing this. I think I started Saturday, but I've got quite a few here that still got some hope with, and one that's very close to closing.
Nice.
I had a conversation around that today. That's it. So I'm just texting and then calling a couple of days later, just with my phone. You don't need go high level or anything like that to do. And that's it. So just sending the same message, just going through the Google Maps, getting the numbers, and just texting. And then it's nice and easy because then I can just dial really easy with the phone, just each of them to follow up.
So you're going to Google. You're going to Google. What are you typing into Google to find that kind of lead?
Right. So I'm going after electricians. So I'm looking electrician and cities around me, and then just finding in the listings the ones that don't have websites, and then looking for the the mobile phone number, and just on the phone, text. And then it's all on the phone. Right. So it's nice and easy to call. I find that anything that's easy and quick, and right, it's not, because I did this before a year ago when it would go high level doing all the calls, and I had a VA who's finding all the leads for me for roofers. I was just targeting roofers because I built a roofer site. HSJ wasn't around, so I built one myself, and so I was ringing around, and I ran out. I made that excuse. I thought I just about called every roofer. Didn't have a website in the UK, right? I thought probably not true, but I did call a lot. I did call a lot of roofers, and I'm still calling them back. Stood in my task list to call back, but that's okay, and it's obviously all recorded, and that's helpful. You got to track. But I found it. I just really disliked it, really. But I did it, and it got results. But I didn't like it. So I think
you didn't like making the calls.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to note, Dan. Like I know you. I've known you for a while now, and that isn't your personality, where you're like making cold calls all the time. But you did it. You did it, and you've gotten clients from it. And the thing that I think is so important to note here, especially about you, is that you persevered through it. Whereas a lot of people, they might be on this live with us right now today, and they may feel like, man, I've made so many calls, I've sent so many emails, I've sent so many text messages, I don't have any paying clients yet, or it's the results are really limited. But you found a way to keep going past that. Have you felt that way before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you tell somebody on the other end that might be feeling that way right now? And I see everybody else that is asking what is he sharing in his text message. We'll get to that in a second. But what would you say to everybody else, that might be feeling that right now, where they're like, I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm emailing, or, how do you keep the energy up?
I think it's a little bit for me, I guess it was like, what else am I going to do? It was kind of that stage of thing. Okay, I'm invested in this program about remote millionaires, and it's just got to make it work. Because a lot of money. I mean, I've got to do something, and it seems to make sense reaching out to people who've got money. They've got the money, I don't, so go to them. The people who've got the money.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Well, and I say this all the time, and I'm on everybody, like this is by no means I'm not trying to plug remote millionaires here at all. This is like, we wanted to get down on here because other people can relate to this experience. But like, it is true that when you are financially invested in something, obviously something like remote millionaires, a higher price program, because working together directly to be successful, you have a little more skin in the game, as they like to say, and you do have a little bit more motivation to push on beyond when you're, maybe feeling some of the struggles of not having success. So that's one thing that can motivate people. Obviously, if you're financially incentivized or motivated to do it, but even more than that, like you had to be consistent to actually get to where you're at now. So what does your day-to-day look like when you're doing prospecting, whether it's calling or emailing or texting? Do you wake up in the morning? Do you build a list? And then do you send emails? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm doing it right, but this is what I'm doing. I'm taking action. That's the most important thing, imperfect action. But yeah, I'm just going through. I'm just going through in the morning. Just going in when I'm sick. Right. I've felt pretty crappy this week. But yeah, that's it. I'm just going through. Obviously, I've got projects to manage. I'm going to check that in the first thing in the morning. Got a team that got an SEO, got a content writer, got 2 web designers. So I've got to manage all that. It's kind of priority for fulfillment. But then it's deciding which I've been saying, focusing on electricians, and just finding those businesses without websites, and just having a target number to send out. Right, so I posted that in the group, and then finding time to call, and that's like kind of since Saturday. That's what I've been doing. It's been doing a lot of texting, a lot of calling.
So every day you spend a portion of the day researching, making a list of people that you're going to call or text.
I'm not even doing lists at the moment.
So you're going to Google, you find somebody. Once you find somebody, you send a message.
Text straight away. Text. Yeah.
Okay. And what are you texting them?
I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, but that's getting me taking action. Whatever
works.
Whatever works. To reach out to people. It's
one by one.
I'm missing opportunities by not being organized and doing it. So this is why again, not doing a plug for remote millionaires, but yeah, I've got the benefit of having a coach in remote millionaires to help me set up automation around this. So yeah, definitely I'm looking to systemize and organize this better, to send out like voicemails. But basically the flow is like send a voicemail, drop a text, and wait, then another voicemail, drop, text, and wait. So that's what I'm going to be setting up.
Nice. I love it. This is actually giving me more stuff that I have to like get on you about. Like, now we need to get more, like, now that you're telling me this, now I have like more information to like actually get you to get more organized, start building, spend 2 hours building a list, and then 2 hours calling, right? So you can stay in the mindset. Yeah, definitely. So here's a question that everybody wants to know. What are you sending in your initial text message going out there?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I just reach out and say, yeah, hey, it's Dan here, and hi, I'm a local digital marketing agency, and you don't have a website connected to your Google Business profile. So I'm reaching out because you might want to get one set up.
That's it. That's the first message.
Yeah, I'm just just more or less that's it. If you're interested, maybe interested in getting one set up. Two options. One is you have a pre-built one, or you can have a customized website with your logo and give them a price. Then this is my personal mobile, or put my number, and then or you can text me. Right, speak to you soon.
Nice.
That's basically it.
So you send that whole thing as one text message?
Yeah.
So one text message, you find them, you immediately sends them a text message. This is Dan, I'm a digital marketer in this area. I noticed that you don't have a website connected to your Google business profile. That's what I do. I have two options if you want to get one set up, a pre-built one or a custom one. Text back and I can help you out, basically.
Yeah, basically,
yeah. Okay. And you're getting good responses from that right now?
I've had so sending out, so the numbers, I've sent out 200 plus, and I've had 3 come back that they were interested just from the text.
3 come back, they're interested. 200 text messages, 3 came back that were interested.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Those are freaking great numbers.
It's not bad.
I mean, that's pretty good, right?
But it's 30 days. But yeah, it's still pretty good to say, come back and say they're interested. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's motivating. If you're at home right now and you have no clients, and somebody came to you and said, hey, if you find 200 people that don't have websites and you send them all a message, you might be able to get you'll get 3 responses that could be a client.
If you don't like calling, it's another option.
Nice. I love it.
Then you got to follow up, obviously, but
well, I love that you said that. So Dan, one thing I want to do, and everybody else here, Dan's sharing his method, his strategy, and how he's doing that. As I started out this stream, I mentioned that Tom and I have been working behind the scenes on a presentation to help motivate and everyone in this community level up this season going into the next year. We want you to be successful. So we have been working to put some things together to help all of you. And like I said, I made a post earlier in the week and it got a lot of engagement on that. So what I want to do right now before I get into our shout outs is I want to invite you all to that. So let me pull up my link. And this is a training, right? We're going to give you scripts. We're going to give you emails. Everything that Dan said, that's what Dan's been doing. But we're going to give you what we've been doing and a couple of other people in Remote Millionaires that have been also following in this strategy. And there's nothing to buy. We're going to be I've been working behind the scenes to create this presentation. And you know what? Let me show you. Let me share my screen with you because I have my slides that I'm working on the other screen. I'm making slides. So we're calling it the clients for Christmas, how to get your next client in the next 30 days. And we're giving around $10,000 in prizes. There will be $10,000 in prizes up for grabs. So you're going to want to go to this training. You're going to want to register for this training. All you have to go to do is go to offlinesharks.com/Saint Nick. Saint Nick Clients for Christmas Challenge is what is going to be revealed there. And as I mentioned, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be walking you through this entire process on that training where you go step by step on how to find these types of leads, how to reach out to them. We're going to give you scripts. We're going to give you emails. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And then we have a contest that we're going to be revealing where you can win up to, we're going to be giving around $10,000 in prizes away for free. And all you have to do is go to that training with us and be there and be present, be ready to get your next client. Register, of course, offlinesharks.com/Saint Nick. And that's how you're going to get everything that you need to be able to participate and be eligible to win. And also, you're probably going to get your next client. All you have to do is follow along. I mean, Dan has been a great example of somebody that has come in and followed the process, and he's got a handful of clients now, and he's gotten a lot of experience along the way too, right? He's making about $3,000 a month. Half of that is on residual, and he's got more on the way, right? He's got 3 leads out of 200 text messages that he sent out. And so, for those of you that are asking questions, how do I build this website and how do I do the fulfillment? You're going to be happy when you go to this training, because I have some surprises that are in store for you. When it comes to the fulfillment side of things, we already have these pre-built websites set up, so they're very easy for people like Dan to go and have maybe like a virtual assistant set things up for the client once they sell them. I have something else that I'm going to reveal for you on that training, where we're going to help you actually get your first website set up for your first paying client. So this is just a pure give, everybody. Like, we're just giving. Like, we're doing this training. We're not selling anything. We just want to help out. We want to see everybody level up together. So if you're somebody that has been watching this stream, or you've been in this community for a while, like, go to offlinesharks.com/ST Nick, Saint Nick, and we're going to be giving all this information away so that we can all level up together. Does that sound good, everybody? Steve says he just signed up. Appreciate that, Steve. I mean, you're gonna be stoked you did. Okay, so I'm going to leave that scrolling on the bottom. And then what I want to do real quick is I want to go through our shout outs, because even more than just Dan, right? There are other members of our community that are closing deals regularly. So let's do that. Can everybody see my screen? Let me zoom in. Can you see that, Dan?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So these are our shout outs. If you go to that post in the group right now, like on every stream, whenever we go through these shout outs, we make this post in the Facebook group. If you congratulate all these people in the comments, by the end of this stream, I'm going to pick, or somebody on our team is going to pick a couple of people at random and give away some Cash App money just for congratulating the members of our community and getting their clients. We like to support everybody here, encourage them to continue to get clients and follow along. So, that's just one of the ways that we do it. We like to do that for everybody. So first off, Paul Wilson signed his first monthly recurring SEO client, software developer based in the UK. Dan, that's your neck of the woods. That's your pond right there that he's fishing from. Yeah. 449 pounds per month, which is $540, 6-month minimum with a break clause after 3. So he's saying if after 3 months they don't get the results they're looking for, then they have the option to break. Good deal. Janine Moran sold a logo for $99, sold her first home services jackpot for $499. The same strategy that Dan's using there. Very similar to what we're going to be revealing on the training in a couple of days. She interviewed some web designers, gave them their first test project, and now have a short list of people to actually start building websites on an ongoing basis. 3 other hot leads in the pipeline, and we'll keep us posted on those. Mr. Norm Thomas is here as well. He picked up a new Google Business Profile client, got a NAP fix, so a name, address, phone number fixing. So that's going to help them with their Google ranking. $3,300 Canadian, plus a 6-month Google Business Profile stack for $2,400 Canadian, so $4,250 total. I'm pretty sure that's in residual revenue. Norm, correct me if I'm wrong. That's $2,400 or $4,250 total recurring, and then another SEO client for $2,400 Canadian on a 6-month contract. That is freaking awesome. And obviously, Dan, you recognize all these faces. These are fellow remote millionaires, but people who started out in this community and then became remote millionaires later. Abdul has 3 new social media clients using the online revenue system strategy, $200 per month each. And then also a web development client, one time, $600. And then an Amazon PL for $450 per month. Abdul, that is awesome. I mean, to me, what that says is that you used that social media strategy from online revenue system. I'm sure you used a software tool to find those leads, and then you upsold them into a website and then to a $450 per month client as well. So, I mean, he's at $850 per month. Wait, $1,050 per month from that list of clients this week. Great job. Jill Ashton had a couple of wins. I know that she had some personal stuff going on too. So this is a share from over the last 8 weeks. But check this out. 2 new SEO clients, 250 pounds per month. Property investment website, 850 pounds. Maintenance, 40 pounds per month. Electrical home services jackpot website, 599 per month. $300 or 300 pounds to complete a website from 2021. And then another home services website at 599 pounds. Man, this strategy works, right? A lot of people in our community have been using this strategy, which is one of the reasons why we want to highlight some of this stuff in the training next week. And I'm seeing a lot of people in the UK, Dan. So fellow Brits getting after it. I love it. Ash Snow pitched his barber to take a spot on his upcoming mailer. Barber verbally committed to being on the mailer for January, February, and March of 2023. Love it when that happens. Awesome job, Ash. So I think he's probably going to get, $500 to $600 per spot on that mailer. Nicely done. Gary Brewer reported 2 new wins this week, 3-page website, and a logo deal for $850 for a small trucking transportation company. Also an intro and an outro video, $250 for a YouTube page package. JT is here with us. I saw him. How's it going, JT? Picked up a new website deal for $3,000 plus 2 pending SEO deals he will update us on soon. Invested the net profits from his business in the last month and shared that he made a nice profit from doing so. Nicely done, JT. You gotta, once you get that high cash flowing business like you do from digital marketing, you definitely have to diversify and put that money into something else. For me, I like to do real estate. I know JT is eyeing a place on the big island of Hawaii. He's a remote millionaire, so we've talked about it quite a bit. And I'm looking forward to when that happens, JT. So Joanne Smith sold 3 landing pages in the last 3 weeks, $720 each. Damn, those are solid. $720 for a landing page. Very good. Upsold them on basic search engine submissions to Google and Bing, $350 each. Congratulations, Joanne. Sandy Alexander reported she had 2 wins this week, sold a landing page website, $199 to a new startup business, and sold an e-commerce site to an herbal tea startup for $900. And then, this is my win from this week. New contract from a rent-a-car company, $1,000 a month for pay-per-click marketing plus $497 in SEO. And then a new SEO client in the home services niche, $1,000. And yesterday, I personally sold a activity company a $3,000 per month Google AdWords monthly campaign as well. So we have been in the agency been crushing it lately, so much so that we have had to been hiring more people to fulfill all the stuff that we've been doing. Like our fulfillment team can't keep up with the amount of new clients coming in. I think we had 6 or 7 clients come in the last week. Crazy. And Dan, this is all, I share about all the stuff in Remote Millionaires. This is all the same stuff that everybody else is doing in this community, which is the important part. We had 7 clients coming in and we've been doing it a lot longer than most people, but all of that strategy and the stuff that we do is what everybody else is doing. So it's important that if you're in the beginning stages of your business, you follow along and you use a method that actually works. And so, that's an amazing list of shout outs. I have a total revenue for you all, combined total revenue of $33,134 for the week of November 26th to December 2nd, with a grand total of $1,462,764 since the start of 2022. So we're almost at the $1.5 million mark for the revenue that people in this community have generated through digital marketing, which is amazing. This is just the revenue that we know about. There's a lot more out there. That's not counting all of the recurring payments that people are getting, because that's usually what they're selling, right? Recurring stuff. I'm hoping that we end this year at 1.5 million. I think we're going to be able to do it, especially if you all join us on the how to get your next client in 30 days or less training that we're going to be doing next week. So offlinesharks.com/Saint Nick. And then I just realized that I didn't tell you all when that actually is. So that will be December 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So next week, December 7th, 3 p.m. Eastern. Go to that link, offlinesharks.com/St. and then register, and I will see you there. And so, yeah, Dan, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me and sharing with everybody and what you're doing. We just have one more thing to do before we get out. Let's do it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Cheating, bling, bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter.
Awesome. All right. Like I said at the beginning of this stream, we post in the group all of the shout outs that I just went through, and we pick 2 people at random that comment and congratulate those success stories in our community. So we award those people with some Cash App money that we send immediately to you. And our 2 winners today are Steve Bryan and Carmelyn Jennings. Awesome stuff, everybody. Thanks so much for being an awesome member or members of this community. And we're going to get out of here. So Dan, thank you for joining us today, sharing your experience and letting people know that, you know, all this stuff is real. They can get clients if they go out there and prospect, stay consistent, and you know, look ahead, right? Growing your business is an amazing thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're doing this full time now, aren't you?
I am.
So you're not doing the online teaching anymore, just digital marketing full time? That's
it. Today I'm in a nice apartment in Yorkshire, beautiful county in England. That's it. And I haven't been that well this week, but it's nice to be able to get away around my country and beautiful places and be able to have that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, you're sick. You're sick right now. You're sick today. You're sick this week, but you don't have to call in sick. You can just be sick. You know, you don't have to worry about that. And it is an incredible feeling, you know, to have that type of freedom and control over your schedule. And it really just starts out with going out there and getting your first client. So if you haven't done that yet, or you want to get your next client, I really encourage you to go to the training December 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern. You register at the link, offlinesharks.com/St. I can't stress this enough. This is a huge give. We're just going to be giving up to $10,000 in prizes and strategy. And so we're going to make it fun. We want to encourage everybody to be successful this coming year. And look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks again, Dan. Appreciate you being here, sir. And till we meet again.
You've been watching the Aloha Marketing Jam Session, your weekly marketing live show, always bringing you the latest strategies and tactics to build your remote empire from anywhere in the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this stream. You can stay up to date throughout the week with the Remote Millionaires Podcast at remotemillionaires.com/podcast and Nick's YouTube videos at nickponte.com/YouTube. We'll be back here next Friday for another live show. Until then, aloha.